Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach, and this is Star Trek Discovery. That is when I watch Star Trek Discovery while drinking whiskey, and it helps the episodes go down more smoothly. So this was, I don't know, episode is it 5 or 6 or something like that. Five, and it was good. I really liked it a lot. So this one had to do with kind of wrapping up the um, Silly Tilly storyline, I guess you'll call it. I think her name is May. So there's been a creature made from the mycelial network spores that inhabited Tilly's brain and started tricking her, and then she figured out it was an entity, and she got transported over there from a living cocoon transporter, and so they basically went over there to rescue her. So I like this one a lot. I actually got kind of choked up at a couple times, and it made me think about something that Larry Hama, the writer of G.I. Joe, talked about. So he was doing this, excuse me, interview, and someone was asking about what the appeal of G.I. Joe. So he's the guy who kind of made, like gave all the Joes their personalities back in the early 80s with the comic book. And he said, most things, at least in comic books and other media, are power fantasies. Batman's a power fantasy, Superman's a power fantasy, Die Hard is a power fantasy, John Wick is a power fantasy. Power fantasy. But G.I. Joe is a loyalty fantasy. It's the idea that you're in a group of people who will do anything for you. They will cross the globe and they will face any danger to help you out. And here's where it gets more important, and vice versa, because the appeal of loyalty is bidirectional. It's not just people giving you loyalty, it's you giving loyalty to other people. So basically what they happen is Tilly is in the mycelial network dimension. And obviously she's one person. And they basically find out a way to get her, which is kind of complicated and very, very Star Trek-y. But it's endangering the crew and the ship. And they have to make a decision that, yes, even though this is going to endanger the ship and obviously the people inside, that Starfleet is not just a bunch of random individuals on a common mission, but they are a team. They have loyalty to each other. If one person is in trouble, they're all going to do everything they can to find them. It's kind of like the no seal left behind motto from the United States Navy SEALs. So, like I said, they go in there very, very Star Trek-y. Oh, we can do this. We can do X if you do Y, but then Z will happen type of things. You're like, okay, fine. So this was really good, but this episode was weird in a couple ways. Last episode was a very, very strong Saru episode. And in this one, he spoke so little, and he spoke when not on camera, that it almost made me think that someone else was wearing the makeup. I mean, the last one, he was like the big deal. Now, it's a typical Star Trek thing. Everyone will be kind of like the King Dingling, the main character for one episode. But it was kind of shocking to go from all Saru to he only speaks like when he's way in the background to they showed the preview for the next episode, and it's all about him and the aliens and the from the short trek that transport the people to be eaten. So it's kind of like, huh. So they had some other stuff, some kind of plotty stuff from season 1 that I didn't really understand. They had Giorgio, they had Voke Ash Tyler, and they were kind of both kind of shoehorned into this. I mean, they had their way, but it's like, I guess it's really important for them to have the Section 31 storyline. But there was actually some kind of even endearing stuff with there. Now, I got to say this. I'm going to say this every time. I don't think Georgiou is good. She's too much of a fanfic character. I don't think the actress does a good job in the role. She doesn't meld with everyone else, She seems like a different acting style and everything. So every time Georgiou comes on, even like her outfit, like the other people of Section 31, they have these black outfits, but they're kind of, uniforms. And Georgiou wears this like fashion H.R. Geiger version of the Section 31 uniform. You're like, okay. Oh, so one of the little bits, one of the little whatever Easter eggs was this is Section 31. The Discovery is set 10 years before Star Trek, the original series, which is set 20 years before TNG. TNG had the comm badges where you would kind of hit them. It would make that chirping sound, and then you would be able to connect to the other person. So the badges for Section 31 are, this bleeding edge technology that Starfleet just got, and it hasn't gone mainstream. So Pike sees Vulk use it, and he goes, oh, what kind of communicator is that? Obviously, it's going to become commonplace in 30 years in the future. But it was really good, and I liked it. Oh, so Vulk has a good line about Section 31. So he's basically saying, oh, you were, with the Klingons, and Georgiou was... It's kind of unspoken, but I think they both know that she's from the Mirror Universe. And he basically says, Section 31 is a place for people who don't fit in other places. But since they all don't fit, they fit together. And I thought that was a really, really interesting and endearing way to describe this part of this, at least the Star Trek Discovery mythos franchise that isn't quite working. Like people say, they're this secret section that everyone's heard of, and then they wear uniforms that say they're in the secret section, and they have special comm badges which people recognize as the comm badge of the secret section, but they shouldn't know because it's a secret unit. So it gets a little silly. They go into the mycelial network space, whatever it's called, dimension, and the big plot or spoiler is that they meet Hugh, who is either the husband or boyfriend of Stamets. I'm not sure which one. And he's been reconstituted. He died in the regular universe, but since Stamets has a connection to the mycelial network, he kissed him, and he kissed his tear, and his DNA was in the tear. And then so somehow he was reconstituted in the mycelial network dimension. I mean, honestly, it should be, I don't think your memories and personality are in your DNA. So it should just be this like blank simulacrum who just looks like you. But it's Star Trek, so it's you, and he has all the memories and, history with Stamets. So there's a nice bit where they reconnect, and then that Hugh is actually the monster that, I just did air quotes, but you can't see them, air quotes. The monster that May has been trying to help Tilly, because he's basically been defending himself from them, these spore people, and it's kind of like a vice versa type of thing. So he gets stuck over in he can't transmit over to the regular universe, but it's Star Trek, so they reverse polarity and the starboard nacelle, something Star Trek-y, and then he's able to come over. So I believe he was the ship's doctor in season 1. I've only seen like 3 or 4 episodes of season 1, but I liked it. This is a pretty light Michael Burnham character. They keep doing little fake outs with Spock. They were chasing Spock's shuttle for all of the last episode, and then they get his shuttle, and it was Georgiou, and she's like, I was chasing Spock, and then he abandoned his shuttle. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Why aren't you in your shuttle, your ship that you were chasing him in? Why are you in his ship except for a stupid head fake little shock twist? That was kind of dumb. Like I said, I Section 31, I could take. There's a friend of Pike who is, I believe, he's either in command of Section 31 or he's command of the Section 31 ship. I'm not sure. But there's some history between them, and that was done actually quite well. But no, the best thing is I saw it said guest star, and then it had, I forget the name of the actress who plays Georgiou, and I was like, oh, good, she's not going to be in every single episode. But it looks like Vulk is officially part of the crew. He's a Section 31 liaison working from the bridge, and apparently only allowed to be on the bridge. I don't know where he sleeps. Maybe he just sleeps in a little. He sleeps in a little sleeping bag under one of the monitors. But anyway, it was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I still haven't listened to Mecha Random 42's reaction. I believe she does live reactions, and then she'll do like because the live reactions are obviously like longer than the show, like an hour and a half, and then she does a shorter version the next day. I haven't heard her version, but I'm interested because she really doesn't like Star Trek Discovery. I really do. And I didn't really see much to like, except for, like I said, the kind of Star Trek-y coincidences and Giorgio just not fitting in the universe at all. I'm sure she fits in the Dark Mirror universe, but she's kind of very obviously evil in a way that you almost want people that are passing the hallway are like, excuse me, are you an evil version of Giorgio from the Mirror universe? Because I'm kind of getting that vibe that you are. And then she just kills him. And she like looks straight at the camera and it's like, ha ha ha. But anyway, it was good. I liked it. So tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you think about this episode. It had this kind of complicated, pretentious title that I can't remember because I've been whisking it up. Oh, by the way, I perfectly timed the whiskey. I finished just as the episode ended. So that was fun. So anyway, thanks for watching. Tomorrow I'm going to do Umbrella Academy. I wasn't going to watch it. And then my buddy watched it, the first episode, and he's like, this is really good. So I'm going to check it out tomorrow. So I'm going to watch at least the first episode tomorrow and then do a video on that. Thanks for watching. Bye.